Hello and welcome to Games XP Championship. We've got another game coming up for you, a best of three between the Purple Cobras and the Furious Gents. We just saw the Furious Gents in a best of three series of the White Lotus. They got taken down in a 2-0 fashion and they're looking for their revenge, trying to get their first win now against the Purple Cobras. We'll be getting into game here in just a little bit. We've got everybody sitting in the lobby and we'll get things going right on time. Joining me today, I'm Skyson and I'm here with Quasars.
Hey, how's it going?
And hopefully it's going good. I want to see some games. I want to see some fighting. And it'll be interesting to see. We got the rosters going down. Of course, we saw the Furious Gents not too long ago. We've got Super Scyther in the top lane, Propheticos in the jungle, Songless in the mid lane, S Commander and AD Carry, and C95 Movie in the support. I say that every time. And on the Purple Cobra side, we have the return of Cinco Gazer in the top lane, Friction in the jungle, Frishin in the mid lane, Tomato Farmer AD Carry, and Desolate Earth in the support. So, I'm looking forward to this. This was a one after the other. Purple Cobras are looking to make a climb back to the top. They were sitting at second place the previous week, had a bit of a rough game against White Lotus. They got 2-0'd. Both these teams have in common. They both now hold an 0-2 against White Lotus. But they're looking to make up a game with Schism later in this weekend, and they're looking to take through Furious Gents through here. And if they have 3 games this week. Of course, they have the rescheduled match with Schism on top of this match with this match with Furious Gents, and they have another match that I don't have in front of me to call. But anyway, they have 3 matches. They'll get through this one. If they take this one and that, they should make their way back to the top of the standings. And of course, Furious Gents, as you know, is sitting at an 0-7 record. They're looking to take this game and make their first tally marker on a win, and try to get something kicked off at the start. But it'll be interesting to see, because we've seen a lot of the substitute top laners for Purple Cobras have come through, kind of come and gone over time. But we now see the return of Cinco Gazer, who started with the team, I believe, through the first week and through the second week. Had to take a leave for a couple different reasons, and now he's back. So it'll be interesting to see how he matches up against the new top laner, Super Scyther, for the side of Furious Gents. Of course, most of the Furious Gents side is mostly composed of new people, I believe. Songless and S Commander were here the week prior. They've picked up C9 Smoothie, Propheticos, and Super Scyther, and kind of put together their new super team, hoping to get some action kicked off with it. Looking to get in here in the game soon. And I don't know, I'm thinking past that. I want to see a lot of the same picks. It's interesting. The champion pools here are a little bit different between the individual players. Tomato Farmer, of course. The AD carries in this lane are what I'm looking at mostly, because Tomato Farmer's been pretty consistent on a lot of his picks, and S Commander has looked to kind of broaden his champion pool throughout this series. You saw a lot of Kaisa out of him while he was playing on previous team, which I can't remember the previous team he was on, but I know he had a lot of Kaisa games, and he recently swapped up. He was playing a little bit of Ashe, a little bit of this and that, so he's broadening his pool a little bit. So it's interesting to see what he decides to pull out. Of course, everyone else across the board looking to build a little bit more of that synergy going on. Of course, you have Friction and Frishin mid jungle. Propheticos and Songless did a nice job in their series against White Lotus, looking to sort of build that very standard mid and jungle synergy, where you see a lot of the action. The mid laner is sort of, or the jungle's movements sort of dictated by what the mid laner is doing at the time. You see a lot of very aggressive plays from the jungle to sort of get the mid laner snowballing. You see it out of a lot of these teams, and of course with the jungler coming in, Propheticos, it's interesting to see Furious Gents try to sort of build that up. And of course, Friction and Frishin, I have a really hard time with that, have been doing sort of the same thing. You see a lot of Friction keeping a lot of his aggression moved around towards the mid lane, and Frishin has a very nice pool of utility mid laners that has really kept him moving ahead. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully we get in the game here soon. Those of you joining us, as I said, this is a best of 3 series between the Purple Cobras and Furious Gents. And I am excited to get in here. Always remember to keep yourself hydrated, by the way. Water is one of the best things you can ever have, and I hope everyone out there is staying hydrated. Don't let it happen. Don't get dehydrated, friends. We are getting in the game on that note. Gonna see the quick Morgana ban coming out from the side of Purple Cobras, finally taking that away from Songless. He's very notorious as a Morgana one-trick, I suppose. So taking that away from him is gonna limit a bit of Furious Gent's options, and he's got a couple fallback options we've seen throughout. Ash is gonna get taken away on the side of Furious Gent's. I know Tomato Farmer is a couple games under his belt, so that strong initiate on Ash has really been a nice tool for Purple Cobras to open up and get some games through.
Yeah.
We're gonna see the Gragas ban. Fredica's a pretty aggressive jungler on things like Gragas, and the Lee Sin sort of have been very nice picks for him to find those early plays, so taking it away from him is another tool in their pocket. I think we might see a mid lane ban here come out from the side of Furious Gents. Oh no, we're gonna see Renekton, of course. We're gonna see Single Gaze are gonna see his sort of prize croc get taken away from him. And a nice little target ban there.
Yes, sir.
And the Teemo ban is gonna come. I never thought I'd get to cast the game with a Teemo ban, but here we go. So Purple Cobras are gonna take away that Teemo and lock that option out from Super Scyther, and the Ahri is gonna come out the side of Furious Gents, take it away from Frisian, and immediately they're gonna take the Jax. Jax is such a versatile pick. You see a lot of Jax jungle in sort of the solo queue games, but he's got the ability to play as a top laner in sort of the current meta. He's a very patient, sort of farming up type, not too worried about what the enemy is doing. He's not super easy to bully out, and he's got the ability to sort of make some fair trades. But Mundo's going to go over to the side of Furious Gents with the Braum. Huh. I want to see this first round of picks go through before I decide to put together what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would like to point out that unfortunately Purple Cobras, they haven't had good luck with their substitute top laners, but Cinco Gaze is back. I'm excited to see him play in the top lane, especially against Super Scyther. They had like a little thing going on. I believe it was last season. Cinco got really tilted that everyone was camping top lane on the side of Super Scyther's team. So he really wants to be able to show Super Scyther that he can beat him in 1v1s. Especially like before, you know, everything goes to crap and they start team fighting all over the place. So.
Alright, you got a little history behind it, so Cinco Gaze wants to bring the stick. Actually, no, he's going to be Scion. It's going to be a Jax jungle, like I said. So we're just going to see two meat sacks fighting off in the top lane. That should be a really good test of skill. As you see the other picks come through, the Frisian going to go with the Syndra, as Songless, of course, goes to his default fallback off of Morgana the Echo.
You don't have
Had a decent performance on Echo in the last game that they played, but it's rough against Syndra. Syndra has such a range of control around her to really keep out those sort of melee champions like Echo while harassing them with the free cast movement you get during creating of Dark Spheres, as well as the incredible range on her QE stun. So Songless might have a rough time trying to really get to Frisian and might be kept under his heel for most of this lane phase, but interesting to see the Jax jungle priority coming through for Purple Cobras against the sort of support pickup. C9 Smoothie going to take the Braum there. There's the Lucian Warwick man coming out on the side of Purple Cobras. Something they don't want to deal with. You're going to see... Oh yeah, that was Desolate Earth's major pick. He's played a lot of Blitzcrank games this series.
Yeah.
So not too surprised to see that come out.
Everyone thinks that Desolate Earth is like a straight up one-trick Blitzcrank main, but he just favors Blitzcrank, like he can play other champions. So by banning that, I mean, it's not really a big deal to him. So same with Frisian's Ahri. Like Frisian hasn't hardly gotten to play Ahri at all in this tournament. So he's been picking up other mid laners. Like we see the Syndra come out for like one of the first times, I believe, for Frisian in the Games XP Championship, and It's just because like he hasn't been getting his Ari, so he's had to pick up a couple new mid laners.
Yeah, I was saying, I've seen him on. I know he's played a lot of Orianna and a couple of the back picks that have sort of had that team utility. I think this is his first game on Syndra in this series or in this league. Tomato Farmer is going to go for the Varus to the Ezreal and S Commander. I know S Commander's had a lot of games played on Ezreal, and it's one of his sort of comfort picks. And the composition really gives him a lot of freedom to play Ezreal here with the Braum backline and Echo creating a lot of chaos. As well, Mundo has a nice frontline for him. But Tomato Farmer has a real nice frontline for him on this Scion Jax. Desert Earth looking to take the brand support. Ooh, gonna bring it to him. Are we gonna see Propheticos on the Lee Sin? No. Not too normal to see him on these tankier picks. Of course, they have the Mundo, they have the Braum, and then they have Echo. So it'd be surprising to see him not on a more damage-oriented jungler. We maybe saw the Olaf or the Kindred. We're gonna see the Olaf come through. Huh. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. You have the power in the Olaf jungle, well, in the Olaf in general. You have the power of that ultimate to really, because what the Purple Cobras are looking to do here is keep a lot of protection down for Tomato Farmer. You have the Brandon Syndra sort of spell combos, the stuns very far away to keep engages like Echo and Mundo away. You have the Jax sort of creating problems on top of people while he's trying to stick to people as a rough melee champion, and Sion, of course, that very brutal frontliner. Really, there's a lot of similarities in the comps of both sides of this team. The difference is that between the Syndra and the Brand having so much access to very long range crowd control, it's a lot more than the sort of Echo Surprise W and the Braum Ultimate, which are much shorter range skills. They give you a lot less freedom of space to create a fight on your terms and say that you're this much further away from me that I can get a fight started off of knocking somebody up or getting somebody snared, versus the Varus Ultimate, Syndra stun combo, Brand stun, Sion Ultimate even. It's a lot easier for Purple Cobras to start a fight than it will be for the Furious Gents.
Right, and on the side of Purple Cobras, with the Syndra, the Varus, and the Brand, they need to make sure that they're positioning properly, just so they don't get picked off by anyone. But the same goes on the side of Furious Gents for that Ezreal. Like, the Ezreal is going to be one of the highest damage dealers on their team, and if he gets taken out because of mispositioning, then that could be really bad for team fights on the side of Furious Gents. So they really need to kind of work around the Ezreal and make sure that, they have someone beefy like the Mundo, the Olaf, or the Braum in front of him, so he's not taking the damage from, anyone on the side of Purple Cobras.
Anyway, it'll be interesting to see, and definitely the positioning of the AD carries. Like I said in the sort of the pregame when we were getting into it, the AD carry fight here, it's very interesting to see. We see Tomato Farmer has the heal, and S Commander's going to go with the teleport, sort of comment on the Ezreal, so he's not looking to get into a lot of these fights. And I feel like I don't know if that was a misclick. I don't know if you see it. If you see Smoothie having the cleanse on the Braum.
I do see that, actually.
That's interesting. I guess he can very instantly cleanse off a Brand Stun or a Varus Ultimate that they think they got him with and turn the tides, but not pick you typically go with on that champion, regardless. It'll be interesting to see the positioning of the AD carries, and of course you have a lot of damage coming out from Songless, from Propheticos, Friction and Frisson, of course. This isn't one of your compositions that's sort of the beefy frontliner, protects the carry and has the carry right click to the end of the game. This is a very brawl-heavy composition from both sides. Lots of damage sources coming from multiple champions, and it'll be a lot of really heavy skirmishes and a lot of really bloodthirsty fights. So, looking forward to it. We're going to head over in a little bit to a word from our sponsor, and we will catch you guys on the other side of the rift.
My name is Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The GXPC motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa and check out GXPC and experience this geek gaming paradise.
And we are back with game 1 of Purple Cobras versus Furious Gentz. We are hitting the rift here. We're going to see some items as they head up to... couldn't think of the word. The river. The wet thing with water. Definitely what it is. We're good. We're all here. We're going to see a little clump up here from the side of Purple Cobras. Maybe looking to make some action here. They have brand... Well, they don't have a lot of CC initially. They're just kind of looking...
Yeah, on the side of Purple Cobras, I really wouldn't want to try to fight Furious Gentz level 1 just because they have Braum, and we all know that the Braum's passive is super spooky sometimes.
Right, they're all grouped up here. This might turn into something interesting. Oh, man. I want to see this. I might have to do a lot of talking real soon here. They're going to walk up here. Smooth's gonna find the Scion Q's gonna find 4. He's gonna immediately go taking on the first blood's gonna disappear immediately. Jack's gonna take that. They're looking for more. Friction's gonna have it. Friction has the broad passive on him. Tomato Farmer's gonna find the kill on Super Scyther. They're gonna look for more. Song's trying to get away. Goes down to the Brand W. And an immediate 3-kill pickup for Purple Cobras. As soon as you saw the outline of the oh no! Wait, the stun didn't land on him, but S Commander is not gonna take he's gonna disappear. 4 kills for the side of Purple Cobras. Yeah, as soon as you saw the Scion outline of that Q on 4 people was just the death sentence.
Yeah, I don't think that S Commander wanted to waste any sums there. He kind of knew he was dead, so.
Right. I feel like he could have, when he was so far away, maybe could have tried to teleport to lane to get out of there. But it didn't end up working out for him. Unfortunate. However, we are going to see maybe some rebound. Friction put a nice chunk of gold in his pocket there. Already sitting on 1,000. I believe he can finish his jungle item if he just wanted to recall now. But that being said, really hard to talk about a game after that start because you gotta kind of bounce back. You gotta see it's rough because you have so much lane pressure now from Tomato Farmer and Desolate Earth, and if I think back in my head, I believe Tomato Farmer got the first blood there. I didn't actually catch who the first blood went to, but regardless, there's a kill in Tomato Farmer's pocket, and him and Brand both have a kill there, so they have that much more pressure, that much more experience to hit level 2 to really sort of take it to them. You just see the Brand W's there really already taking them a little bit apart, doing the damage right after the Varicide, just half healthing Smoothie before he can even look at them in lane. It's rough. We're gonna see a little bit. Songless trying to drop a W here, then flash stun from the Jax, doesn't even get to his shield in time. He gets immediately taken down as Friction finds the kill. Single Gates are trying to beat hard on Super Scyther, really trying to flex his muscles a little bit and showing him that even with 4 assists, he's still gonna win the 1v1.
Yeah, I feel like with the early little stuff that went down in Purple Clover's jungle, that it's going to be a tough early game, at least for Furious Gentz, especially the laning phases.
That's a good word for it. I like that. The early stuff that went on. We're just going to call it that.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a better word.
We're going to see the Tiamat get picked up by Friction at the sort of right before the 4-minute mark. So he's got that in his pocket. He's looking to beat on some jungle camps that were not ready for him to have more than a machete and maybe some drinks. But we're going to come in there. We're going to see a lot of people with a lot of money in their pockets. Already we see Tomato Farmer sitting on about 1K. Desolate sitting about 800, 1,000 sitting on Friction. So everybody on the side of Purple Cobras has a lot of gold lining their pockets right now. And it's interesting because you have to see it's rough because Furious Gentz was looking to build a team that was able to make early mid skirmishes happen in their favor. And it's that much rougher when you're that much further behind because like we said, there's so many more avenues to engage on the side of Purple Cobras. We see the Cinder Stun come through. Manaless now, but here comes Friction. Immediately flies there, but the Ignite's gonna find the kill as Friction puts another one in his pocket, taking out Songless again on this Echo.
Right, and we do see that Desolate is doing a pretty good job at poking down both Commander and Smoothie in the bot lane. Brand support's really spooky.
You can be as squishy as you want to be when you're finding the kills, and Desolate Earth finds the fireball to take out C9 Smoothie here. Kill after kill falling into Purple Cobras' pockets. Furious Gentz are on a not too friendly backpedal right now. More W's coming out of Brand. Desolate Earth putting every bit of his mana into harassing these 2 out of lane. Harassing them all the way back to the graveyard. And we're going to see the Bambi Cinder come through on a Cinco Gazer. The Lost Chapter already getting finished up on Friction. Just more and more items falling into. We're going to see the stun come through. As long as let him slide himself out there. This is...
Yeah, it does seem that Prophet's doing a little bit of counter jungling when he gets the opportunity to. Like, he knew that, Friction was on top side of River, and he went ahead and got Raptors.
Yeah, so Propheticus is doing a decent job of keeping ahead in CS while Friction is just moving around the map, beating Songless senseless, sort of trying to really punish him for making any moves in this lane or trying to get anywhere on top of Friction. Propheticus is trying to find the CS, trying to find any little advantage he can to do what he can. But it's definitely a rough climb at best. Something is going to have to happen here. We're going to have to see some plays come out of Propheticus here, if anything. Go a little bit on its fade. Actually, the Bronc's going to come through. He has the flash to find the stun, actually, to go for the W in the auto. They're going to get the heal out of him. The Brandle doesn't come through because there is no, because he's not level 6. But they're going to get out of there. All the summoners going to get burned on both sides. Nice little job of Tomato Farmer getting himself out of there before he falls down.
And I like to point out that Desolate flashed in front of his AD carry like a good support.
What a beast.
Just in case.
Oh, the stun coming through on the Cinder. He has the ultimate available. Friction just looking to walk in. Drops another Q, doesn't find it. There's action happening all over here in this. Alright, see the Cutlass. I mean, Cutlass and a Dagger coming through on Tomato Farmer as Eskimano is just barely able to pick up his tier. We're gonna see the Sorceress Shoes and the T2 Spell Thief gonna come in on the side of Desolate Earth now. Lots and lots of action coming through because we're gonna see the Sign ultimate come through. Super Sign that pops the flash and the ultimate actually gets himself out of there. This main slash not gonna come down the Sign, takes a tower shot or two. Ultimate blown on both sides. They're gonna look for more here. Friction actually gonna find the flash away, gets the cleanse through, but he's gonna get walked on by the Olaf. They're actually gonna turn around, finds the kill onto Friction. But they're gonna come in through on the side here. Songless finds the stunner too. Gonna walk around the side Q, doesn't get, finds the knockup. The shield's gonna come through, able to get him saved. Super Saiyan is gonna come in now on the Mundo. They're looking for more. Propheticus, Ghost Dude gets knocked up. Single Gaze are gonna flash out of there. They got 5 coming. Song is actually gonna find the flash. He finds it, but here comes Single Gazer now. Desolate on a killing spree. Single Gazer is trying to find an auto on Eskimo, but he's gonna find himself out of there. So here comes Tomato Farmer. They gotta watch out here. Song is on the side. He has the mana. Friction is coming. They have to get away from this Jax. They're gonna walk it off. They're gonna take 2 kills. It's not gonna be a blowout. They're not gonna go down. They're not gonna go down with 0 kills. There was a nice little dragon. The quick turn on to Friction. He was able to keep himself alive for a little bit with the flash, but they eventually found on top of him. Got what they wanted. But in the end, we're gonna see Purple Cobras take the Ocean Dragon here.
Yeah, that was a really good teleport from Super Scyther into the Dragon Pit there. He was able to kind of get Purple Cobras to back off of the Drake and allow his team to, you know, apply a little bit more pressure. But unfortunately, Purple Cobras just came back with a little bit more damage and was able to get Furious Gentz to back off instead, and they were able to secure that Ocean Drake.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was nice signs of life coming out from the side. We saw Propheticus doing a nice job of making sure he popped that ultimate immediately, get on top of Friction, wasn't able to go down to that ultimate. And really made things happen for him. We're gonna see a little more fighting in this up lane. Single is doing a nice job on this sign. He has that Glacial Augment, has that Q max, doing a nice little chunk of damage with these SMA smash that he lands on the Mundo. He's building in a lot of health right now. We're gonna see a little more action on this lane. Movie and Escamander doing a decent job. We see Escamander's picking up the Sheen now, so he's got a little more power in his punch. We're gonna see more of these combos come out of Friction. He's just looking now. Actually, he's gonna go for the ultimate. Song's gonna respond with his own ultimate. Gonna dodge a Syndra ultimate completely. Heal himself up a little bit. So Arbon's wasted on both sides, but I'm definitely certain that Syndra's ultimate is a bit lower cooldown than Echo's.
Yeah, and we do see that on the side of Furious Gentz, they do have a lot more vision control than Purple Cobras does. You know, they have a couple more pink wards placed down, and they definitely have better vision on bot side River. So they can kind of see any ganks coming on the side of Purple Cobras a lot faster than Purple Cobras can see any coming from that Olaf.
Yes, you see a lot of confidence coming out of the Cobras as they go through. They're looking to just sort of shove in these lanes. Lots of pressure being put in all 3 of these lanes, and rightfully so, honestly. They have the damage, they have a lot of the working into one of these 1-item power spikes that very early on into the game, where if they're looking to sort of dominate their lane, then it's very easy for them to do, but they have to watch out now. Grand Comma not going to land there. Actually, we're going to see Olaf come down. I don't know if they have vision here. Braum ultimate's going to miss, but they find the stun and Desolate Earth. Olaf's going to run down on a tomato farmer. Going to turn around on Brand now. Fedegos walks to get slowed up. Not going to be able to find it. Gets kited away. Unfortunately, the ultimate wore off just as he was used the ultimate to try to get on tomato farmer. I believe he did it to stop the Varus ultimate. Not really able to get to him, but turned around as his ultimate was burning off. We're just going to see him walk out of here. Rift Hail. Whoa, that Varus Q. I thought that was going to take a kill there. Did not quite find it. They're going to drop the Rift Hail mid. They're going to take the first tower. Purple Cobra's going to take a very easy into here. And we're going to see a little more. Actually, there's no response here from the mid lane. We're going to see Songless slide in, gets his shield, but they're going to stun him up here. They actually might keep looking for a Friction. Going to take tower shots here. He's ignited. Songless dodges the Syndra ultimate again with the Echo ult. Has a nice bit of healing on him on top of still going down with the Ignite. Gonna see action going around in all lanes here. Friction actually going to watch out for Fedegos. Doesn't have the ultimate available. He's going to keep looking. They're going to turn around on Songless. He disappears to the E from the Olaf. They try to flow in where Fedegos finds the axe on a Friction. Finds another axe and he goes down with a smite, and a double kill is going to go to Propheticos. Propheticos doing a decent job of putting a little bit of money in his pocket. He's found those kills. He's got about 1,800 right now. He's looking to come through. So, it's interesting, if you look at it now, you have the, and like I said earlier, it's not one of the traditional sort of beefy frontline. Sign ultimate is going to come through. The wall bounce actually hit Super Scyther, but he's actually going to be pretty beefy off this ultimate. As he turns around, Sion's going to get out of here. In the meantime, it doesn't work out for him, but no, like I said, you're not really seeing these sort of beefy frontline for the carry compositions coming out from the side, but you still have the ability for Propheticos to sort of run through and find the right people. He has the Braum ultimate. He has the Mundo sort of assisting frontline, the Echo sort of causing chaos off of his W and sliding through people and getting the slows off. And of course, Ezreal, if he goes for the Esper and Gauntlet, will do a nice job of keeping some melee slows down on. So Propheticos may actually have a decent sort of pathway to run in and find some primary targets before he's able to really get picked off.
Yeah, and we do see, as far as CS goes, a slight CS lead in top lane. He's up by almost 20. On the side of Purple Cobra, Cinco Gazer's up. And then in the mid lane, Version's up by about 10. And in the bot lane, is actually pretty even. So I feel like those ganks from Olaf are definitely helping both Scamander and C9 Smoothie stay pretty even with Tomato Farmer and Desolate Earth.
Yeah, I was say you're seeing the decent. I would say for what we saw in the early, Nest Commander definitely only finding that early death in that sort of bot jungle invade, but he's doing a decent job of keeping himself alive. He's not too worried about the Brand harass and the Varus harass, even though they've built into very early amounts of damage to. So we're gonna see a little Smoothie gonna find the flash ultimate here on both of them. Olaf's gonna run in here. They're gonna immediately find the Brand is gonna disappear before he can do anything about it. Disabled on the ultimate. He's gonna keep running. Goes through a tower shot. Finds the kill off of S Commander's Mystic shot. Very nicely done. A double kill getting put in his pocket. S Commander finding a nice pickup there off that kill. Fedegos definitely running through on that Olaf, doing just enough with his ultimate to negate the Varus ultimate as well as stop Desolate Earth on that Brand from really being able to contribute to that fight. We're gonna see the stun here on the Songless. Is he able to get away? No, he pops the ultimate. Might actually kill Friction off it. No, he's gonna have to get out of there. Very nice job to dodge both the Dax stun and the Syndra ultimate.
And we did see a Scion teleport down to try to stop this tower from getting taken.
Wait, I heard the teleport, then I heard the Scion ultimate sound, but this is not an ulting Scion. Regardless, they're going to take the tower here. Super Saiyan is going to come up to sort of assist. Try to keep Single Gazer from doing a lot of chaos here. Eswina going to get slowed up. Single Gazer, Friction trying to find him. Friction comes in, finds the flash Q into both of them. Friction on the side. We're going to see Friction take down Super Scyther here on the side. Single Gazer doing everything he can. He's so tanky, just eating up tower shots. Friction tries to get past him. Doesn't manage to find on top of anybody. And they're going to have to walk out here. They're going to accept the kill into Super Scyther, just putting Muno down a little bit further.
Yep, but Purple Cobra should be able to pick up this bot tier 1, and it looks like that tier 2 in mid lane might go down.
Yeah, actually, we're going to see Fedicos and Songless. Ooh, for Fedicos, popping the ultimate, going in on Friction. Oh, it pops the ultimate, but there's no tower here to save her now, and there's no flash. Turns around, tries to do what he can on Songless, but he's going to go down. But Fedicos actually finding the kill on Friction here. This Olaf, 100% kill participation right now. Fedicos is putting in work. We're going to see the Dragon go over to the side of Purple Cobras to making sure they're keeping their objective control. They're down a tower now, actually. And of course, you see that Furious Gentz is doing a decent job of bringing that gold lead back in their favor. They're definitely sitting at only now a 400 gold deficit.
Yeah, and we do see that, you know, Sion doesn't quite have vision control of this top lane, and there's not one but two Furious Gentz members up there, so it looks like bot lane's coming to help out as well, as they see that the bot lane on the side of Furious Gentz has rotated up.
Ooh, Sion ultimate finds the damage on the Excavator, doesn't find the knockup. The Sion Varus ultimate going through. They have 3. Desolator this here. Can they get onto it? Desolator finds the flash, finds the combo. The ultimates have gone through, ripping through both of them, as a kill is going to go to both Tomato Farmer and Desolator here. Very nice pick up the Purple Cobras. Oh, Friction tries to find Fedicos. Fedicos might have to go for the ultimate here. No, he's going to walk out. Not too worried about it. He also didn't have the ultimate, just was working on cooling down here. Oh, we see Songless here. Sets up a shield, dodges out of his shield as he takes the tower aggro, but he's going to ult out of there to refresh tower aggro and get himself out. So they find the quick kill into Friction. Doing a nice job of bullying Syndra off here, but at the same time, we're going to see the Purple Cobras take the second tier top tower. But we're also going to see Furious Gentz, so it's just tower for tower. The responses coming from Furious Gentz are very nice here. In turn with their aggression, as they're sort of turning on the fire onto the side of Purple Cobras and really making them respond. For what they lost early, they're definitely coming back in form, making the kills that they need to, finding the picks on Friction, and fighting back on heal. But of course, you see a lot of damage is still coming back from the side of Purple Cobras. You see that Friction is working into the Trinity Force next, as we see the Oblivion Orb come through on Desolate Earth. He's working in the Nomicon on that brand. So if we can get to these team fights where we're going to see the sort of the 5v5s come out on both these sides, because a lot of the kills we're seeing on a Friction are sort of the 2v1 situations, and him sort of being found out, sandwiched and getting found by multiple people. But if we can get a fight on Purple Cobra's terms, I think the tone of the fight may go a little differently depending on what happens, because there's still, as we said, there's so many avenues of engage on the side of Purple Cobras. That'll be interesting to see if the Gentz will respond properly.
Yeah, and I'd like to also point out that, you know, the Furious Gentz have done a pretty good job at trying to come back from that early, you know, again, I can't find the right word. I guess the early bamboozle in the jungle.
Yeah, the early
bamboozle. So, you know, they've kind of caught up on kills for the most part, as opposed to before. You know, they were up 7 on the side of Purple Cobras, and now it's 12-8. And also the gold lead is closing down as well, as Purple Cobras are only up 1k. So kudos to Furious Gentz for, you know, coming back from that. Like, typically we don't really see teams come back that well from major losses like that in team fights. So
definitely gonna see a little bit more of the action here as we go through. Just a little bit more of the top laners in the bot lane, just chilling and doing their thing. We're gonna see a little more action coming through. I want to see more from them. Just movements around the map now, just very idle. Are we gonna go through? We're gonna see a little more farming come up. Tomato Farmer. He's hit that 2-item power spike on Varus. He has the Blade of the Ruin King and the Rage Blade. I was gonna say Ghost Blade, but that was definitely the wrong item. See, I love getting the picture of this fighting. Single Gazer gonna hit Super Saiyan all he wants. He's just gonna regen it all off. Not really worried about it. But we're gonna come back here. See more on again. Ooh, I had a short pause here. I'm not sure if I'm off sync, but we're gonna come through. See what we want to see here. We want to see more of. I think that Furious Gentz may be looking for a pick here, but they're sort of moving back and forth across the map, just trying to make sure things don't get pushed out of their way. They're happy with the evening out of towers that they've made here, but I will see now. See the stun come out from Syndra there.
I'd like to emphasize on how much damage those Syndra orbs are currently doing to the Braum. He's yet to build, too much magic resist here. So those are really hurting him. It almost half health them.
He's got the shoes of no magic hurting, but it's just not quite enough. Super Saiyan's gonna have to burn his flash here, so they look for a little more. There's arrows coming through. Smooth's gonna go for the flash ultimate here. Tries to find another 2. Songos tries to get to the backline. Friction's gonna end up back stopping him. He's ults out, but he's gonna find the Ezreal kill. The ultimate comes through and finds Friction on the back. Songos gonna try to keep himself shielded up as they look for Cinco Gazer now. They have 4 on top of him. He's gonna flash, but they're gonna follow through. Songos trying to find it. He's gonna get popped up by the Decimating Smash. Actually gonna get taken out by Tomato Farmer Q. Gonna see a little bit of backpedal on the side of Furious Gentz. Not quite what they wanted to find there. Prophetic Hose. Not quite what you were looking for. He's gonna get knocked up there, and the combo's gonna come through. Tomato Farmer's unstoppable. Cannot find that.
And Purple Cobras really wants this Infernal Drake, and it looks like they're going to get that uncontested.
Yeah, we just see the Braum on the side. I need game time. We're going to see what's going through. We're going to see a little more action. They're taking the dragon. They're setting on those 3 dragons. We're going to see a little bit of farming out on the side of Furious Gentz. Whoa. More of the same. We're going to see a decent reset as we come back here, but of course we're going to see the lead get pulled out just about a shy of a 2k lead. Back now on the side of Purple Crows. They have their 3rd dragon. They turn in the fight. You see Tomato Farmer is sitting very pretty on these kills on Varus. So he's willing to make some moves. Go. We're going to find the Scion Q knock up. Gonna get found a little further here. Gonna pop out from the Olaf ultimate. They're gonna try to walk away here. 3, 5, 3, 6, 7. We're gonna keep going here. They're gonna try to find the tower. They take the tower. Of course, we're just kind of seeing Purple Cobras going for the sort of slow choke here. And it's rough as they're finding their footing here again. Furious Gent's kind of being kept back. They only really have the Braum ones, but they're gonna get pushed back into the Syndra stun.
We did see Songless split push up into Purple Cobra's base almost. I believe he was able to capture that he was able to get the tier 3 tower and bot side. So good split push on the side of Songless for Furious Gentz.
Very nice with the Lich Bane on Echo. You sort of get a lot of ability with, especially with his E. You get the very easy ways to proc the Lich Bane and get a lot of auto attack damage out of that champion. And having him as a split pusher is something you can see him do. He's very mobile, very nimble, able to get himself out of there with his shields and with everything he has available. So, gonna go through with that. Gonna see a little more as we're just gonna see some farming up coming on the side of the Cobras. Their ping's going down around Baron, so they're thinking about taking it now. They have the sort of map side advantage to do what they want. The CS commander and crew try to farm a little bit on their end. We're looking to get through to a fight. We've seen the Zeke's convergence going to go on the Olaf and the Patheticos. Really looking to get him ahead. He's looking to build into his Spirit Visage. We're going to see a little backup here. Another tower going to go, and of course we see answer for answers. Furious Gent's actually going to pull ahead 6 to 5 towers here. Gonna go through. Ward's going down around Baron, so we're gonna see it. Mostly gonna see a Baron dance here. Songless actually gonna slide in there. Friction on the bad end there. Has to watch out for Single Gazer. He has the ultimate available. And we're looking for more here. Oh,
Friction might get caught out.
Yes, the
No.
Brom passive on him. No, he's gonna walk out. Single Gazer's in the middle of a lot of people right now. Doesn't quite find the Deathfang smash. He's looking for more. Siler's taking the run to it. Randall is going to find people on the side. Songless going incredibly low. Friction's actually going to find the kill on Super Scyther. He has one take of the Braum passive on him. They're going to take what they can. They get a kill down on the very tanky Super Scyther, and I believe that's all they need to really make a move off that. They're going to immediately go for the Baron after that. Going to take out their vision. Don't think they're going to bait here. They're going to look for the real thing. Ooh, Cinderstun's gonna find a nice one on the side. Smooth's gonna go a little bit low. They have the tower, the ward there to deal with, but taking this Baron down fairly quickly. Oh, it's gonna go over. The kill is gonna go actually to Tomato Farmer as they do what they can. They find the kill into Braum. They find the kill into Olaf. They're gonna take that Baron and run with it. They're gonna find the recalls off their kills. So much money being poured into the pockets of Purple Cobras. They go back up to their 5k lead. And they're going to reset with a nice bounty of items. You can see the Trinity Force come through with an Ninja Tabby on top of Friction. The Adaptive Helm into the Glacial Shroud coming through onto Cinco Gazer. And various items like the Morella Nomicon coming through onto Friction. As well as Telsled Earth. We're looking for something rough here because we're definitely going to see with the Baron buff now that Furious Gentz has done a nice job, at least, of making sure that they've put enough pressure on the towers so that they're up 6 to 5 in towers, so that they're not looking to really give up so much map control that it's impossible for them to make moves around the map. But we're going to see Songless here. He's going to get stunned up by Friction's Jax. He's going to go for the ultimate, but now he's in the middle, gets caught by the Sign ultimate, flashes over the wall. Cinco's going to flash over him, and he immediately gets found into the rest of the team as Friction finds him with the QE combo, takes him out of there. And now the problem is we're going to see Purple Cobras really run through. The Ezreal is going to do a decent amount of damage, but Echo not being able to cause chaos in the middle of these fights and not really being able to find Friction, it's going to be tough. We are going to see it here. So much CC is getting burned on these two. Smooth is going to go for the ultimate, only really find Cinco Gazer. They try to walk through. Super Scythe getting pushed away. The Brand ultimate is just tearing through him. He is not able to tank this at all as they go down. And it looks like Purple Cobras are looking to do what they can to get through the base. They might actually try to end this game. Smooth not really able to do much for Patheticos. Goes to the ultimate, tries to find on top of Friction. Friction flashes away. He gets beaten down, cannot get back in time. Not enough damage, not enough tankiness. Song's doing what he can, not even able to get into the fight as he's pushed away by the Cinderstun. A double kill going over the side of Friction. It looks like Purple Cobras are going to take this game. Game 1 is going to go to them as they look to roll over after finding that Baron buff. Nobody on the side of Furious Gent's really able to tank and make the team fights last long enough on their terms to really get their damage off, and they're going to disappear and fall off as we see this game go through.
Right, and we did see that Furious Gent's and Purple Cobras were pretty even, in my opinion, there, up until Purple Cobras was able to secure that Baron buff, and then they kind of got, you know, the bonus that they needed in order to like push those towers and siege them and, you know, get a couple extra kills off of Furious Gent's, and they were able to secure the game. So,
You know, so it was definitely it definitely started off a little bit awkward with Furious Gents, and then they did a decent job of showing signs of life going into the sort of early stages of the game, as they made some nice solo kills around the board. Definitely grouped together. A lot of the 2v1 kills on to Frishin were very important, keeping that Syndra down so they weren't forced to sort of be stuck under her QE combo, waiting for them to start a fight. So it'll be interesting to see if going into game 2, we see a little bit different here. I don't want to see another sort of jungle shenanigans happen. I want to see a straight 5v5 game. I want to see some people hitting people. Maybe on the side of Furious Gents not giving the Purple Cobras as much liberty to play such long-range harass-based champions like the Varus, the Syndra, really able to keep the enemies at bay and not really having to worry about them in lane, aside from putting a lot of pressure on Propheticos to find the ganks on his jungle picks, because his laners aren't really able to get close to these sort of very keep away type laners. So if they're able to get a more aggressive, a more engage heavy in your face composition, then Furious Gents might be able to show a little more signs of life, because they definitely have the ability to sort of turn up the heat. Propheticos doing a nice job of finding early aggression and getting through. But we're going to see going into game 2. I just got invited to the lobby. So for those of you just joining us, we are at 1-0 for the Purple Cobras in Purple Cobras versus Furious Gents. We'll be going into game 2 soon. And of course, you're able to, I believe in chat, you can still bet for one of these teams. You have the ability to. I don't think that's after the end of the second game or something. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm awful. I apologize. But regardless, we will be getting into the game very soon. And oh, time is up for betting. I've been informed by the powers that be, so you're no longer able to bet on this game. And we saw a 33% bet for the Furious Gents and 67% betted for the Purple Cobras. So we're going to see if that carries true here in game 2 as we get through into picks and bans.
Playtime's over.
Okay, and the first ban we see is Ari on the side of Furious Gents. And then Morgana is coming out again on the side of Purple Cobras. Again, both the mid laners main in quotation mark, because as I stated before, Frishin has been practicing other champions because he's just never allowed to have his Ari. And then we see the brand come out on the side of Furious Gents, which is understandable considering how much damage that output in lane last game. And then the Gragas is coming out for the second ban on the side of Purple Cobras. They saw in Furious Gents' earlier game versus White Lotus that was coming out a lot and that was being a problem. So they kind of want to take that away. The Blitzcrank ban, I can English, on the side of Furious Gents. Again, it's Desolate, or it's main plate support. So they want to take that away. Teemo's coming out. I heard Cinco talking before game that he just doesn't want to deal with it. So he just, he has no champions to deal with it. So he just doesn't want to play against it, which is understandable. Teemo's annoying.
That's fair. Who really answers Teemo? It's just who you get annoyed least by him.
Right.
Ooh, super sad they're going to go for the Camille. Camille's an interesting top lane pickup. I definitely know that they're going to go top lane with that. It's one in Scyther's champion pool. I believe it's his second or third most played champion. I like seeing definitely Camille fanatic. So interesting to say they go, ooh, but they gave Cinco Gaze a Renekton. That's rough.
Ooh.
He has had very good performances on Renekton since he's been playing it in this league. I don't believe he's really had a bad game on Renekton himself when he's played it in this league, so it's interesting to see him on that. We're going to see if Superside is able to handle that on this Camille pickup. So definitely a little bit different than last game where we saw the Mundo Scion just sort of meat sacking onto each other. We're definitely going to see most likely a lot of blood get spilled in this top lane because both of these champions are able to make very aggressive trades early. And Renekton, of course, is just looking to bully someone out of lane and tell them you don't get to play the game. And Camille is very more precise with her EQ combo. She's able to find the E stuns and the Q, the true damage coming off into the W combo. She's got a more sort of precise combo than Renekton, who just kind of runs in on you and stuns you up and beats you down and then gets out. So they kind of do the same thing. Really, if you think about it, they go in with a stun, they beat you up, and then they leave. And here it's on both ways. So interesting top lane matchup, but also worth noting is we saw the Rakan Xayah gonna come through on the side of Furious Gentz. And of course, you can talk up and down about what Xayah Rakan does. So everyone knows what it does. You have you have tower pushing power. You have super long range engage and disengage on the side of Rakan because you get the extra shield range to get back from Xayah, to get back from wherever you're going to Xayah. You get the increased range on Rakan. You get the extra clean cuts on Xayah, so you're able to get a lot more damage out during your auto attack pattern, as well as taking down towers because that skill works on towers for whatever reason. And then of course the dual recall thing. But we see a little more bans come through. Veigar is actually going to come in on Frisian. I believe Frisian's had a couple games on Veigar in this league, and Veigar is just a very generalistically good pick. I don't think there was ever a time where I said, wow, that Veigar E is not going to do anything for this game. I don't think you can ever say that. It's just sort of the power of the cage. The rage cage is what I like to call it. But more bans coming. The Lucian Braum gonna get taken out on the side. They're just trying to focus on that bot lane they really don't want to deal with. Olaf Mundo gonna come out.
Yeah, we do see the Draven ban, or not ban, sorry, the Draven pick come out on the side of Purple Cobra, so Tomato Farmer did pick that up. Personally, I haven't seen him on Draven. I know that he has a really good Ezreal. I know that he has a really good Jhin and like other strong champions like that, but I've actually never seen him on Draven before. So I'm not really sure how that's going to go for him. You know, if he's able to catch those axes, of course, that's massive amounts of damage coming out early game, throughout the entire game. But if not, then, you know, he's going to get a little bit screwed. And with the typical standard bot lane, nothing funky going on down there, I feel like he should have all the opportunity in the world to predict what's going to happen so he can properly catch those axes. Or maybe even, you know, put out the mass amounts of damage if Rakan decides to go in.
Yeah, so even if he's able to respond, I've seen a lot of you can really get to Rakan if you can knock out his W with the Draven E, even if he has that sort of response time to cut the Rakan down. If you knock him out with the E, but so he can't get the W engage, you can sort of cut him down really quick. Draven a very bursting, especially with that Nautilus support, it'll be definitely rough for the Rakan Xayah duo if Desolator is really able to walk over the two of them, because it's a lot of burst damage coming out from the pair. Nautilus himself does a whole lot of damage on that champion, so it'll be rough if they get caught. So keeping an eye on bot lane will be interesting, as well as the mid lane matchup isn't that crazy. Veigar and Malzahar are both pretty farm heavy champions. I don't think they're really looking to make aggressions on each other, so I think that the lane to keep an eye out on here is definitely going to be the top lane. Friction's going to go for the Jax again, as we see Propheticus going to go for the Sejuani. Not used to seeing him on the more tanky picks. You usually will see him on the damage-oriented junglers. You saw the Olaf, who was kind of not best of both worlds, but able to do both. So Sejuani is sort of that full tank, is a little bit of a different approach. But of course now you have Super Scyther on a damaged top laner instead of a tank in that Camille. So that being said, I expect to see a lot more action in this top lane. I expect to see Super Scyther and Single Grazer really duke it out, really get their picks going off, and the other lanes may just happen. So other than that, unless you see Desolator really pull off some good hooks, then I think Xayah are kind of just going to do their thing. Not too worried about the Draven, because I don't think he's going to be able to really make moves on Xayah by himself with the threat of Rakan near. But what I want to see is fights out of top lane, because I love seeing people fight top lane. And actually, if you notice on the turnover, Super Scyther and Cinco Gazer both have Ignite. Neither of them has Teleport. They aren't even looking to help their team out. Really, this is a 4v4 and a 1v1 happening in the same match. So I'm definitely looking to see some fights going on the top above all. Really, I don't even want to see the junglers. I just want to see Camille and Renekton beating the crap out of each other. Let's go with it. That being said, we'll be turning over in a little bit. Anything else you're looking forward to here? I just noticed the cleanse on the Mauser. That's interesting for the Vagar stun, of course.
I mean, we don't really see an exhaust in either teams either. We see 2 ignites bot lane, and then, like you pointed out, there's 2 ignites top lane as well. So the only person with teleport is Vigar. So
Interesting. Yeah, I thought I'd see the teleport on the Mauser, and just looked over and I was like, no, that is silky smooth hair, so that is definitely cleanse. But of course, you have the Jackson. I think that it's Songless recognizing that he has a lot of jungle pressure to deal with, and of course, you see the friction fiction, sort of the nature of their style, and you saw it in the last game. Songless, after that sort of jungle fiasco for his first death, Friction was just taking it to him again and again. These continuous ganks in the mid lane. It's something that Songless knows he's going to have to deal with. So bringing the cleanse is sort of the first step he can take to sort of preventing him from just falling to this jungle over and over again. That being said, we're going to take a break and catch some more words from our sponsors. And next time we see you guys, we'll be over on the Rift.
It's Tim Borseth, and I own and operate Games XP in Decorah, Iowa. Games XP is a geek paradise. We carry everything from Pong and Atari all the way to Xbox One and PS4, and all the games that would go with those consoles as well. We also carry a ton of movies. We have handheld games. We have Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. We have D&D and Pathfinder. We carry Warhammer 40K. We have a vintage Star Wars selection. This place is great. My wife and I have had 6 kids, and they are so much fun to work with here at the store. They run the store as much as I do.
And we now repair cell phones, game consoles, computers, and small electronics.
Our store is instant fun. Not only is there cool music and cool stuff to look at, but we have a game room that is so much fun. It's free to play, and you just plug in your game system and enjoy life. The Game XP motto is bringing joy to people's lives through our products, people, and a place to play. So you have got to come to Decorah, Iowa, and check out Games XP and experience this geek gaming paradise.
And we are back. We're here with game 2 of Purple Cobras versus Furious Gents. We're at 1-0 Purple Cobras. Oof. Here we go. We're going to see a little bit more of the same. Hopefully we're not going to see the same. Yeah, we see the 5-man lineup on the side of Furious Gents. They're not looking to do any more of the same. Just looking to get sped up.
They don't want to get bamboozled again.
They don't want to have stuff happen. I don't really want to have stuff happen either. I want to see some League of Legends action. I see a little weirdness going on through here. People kind of line up.
Version getting his gold.
Version getting his AP. That's important on Veigar. That is 1 AP he just gained. And if he has mana flow band, then he's 1/12 of the way to finish to completing it. You have to keep little things in mind on Veigar. You have every hit of Q, especially early, you have the ability to sort of stack that AP, and it seems really small. It seems really small as he builds it up, but over time you really get it important. The sooner you get mana flow band turned on a lot of these harassing type mage champions, the better it works out for you. So it'll be interesting to see what we go from there.
And back in Champion Select, you mentioned that Nautilus, if he's able to land his Qs in lane, but he plays Blitzcrank a lot, so I think he's more than capable of landing those Qs.
True, I'll be looking forward to that. It'd be rough, especially if they deal with Nautilus hooks as early as level 2 or level 3. Draven has a very strong... Smoothie doing a nice job finding a 2-man knockup, actually. And he can put him a Desolate. They're going to put a lot of damage down on Tomato Farmer, though. Not very common. I noticed he has the Guardian. I thought we were going to see maybe the Aftershock Recon if you really want to be cheeky like that, but doing a nice job on that knockup to get an early amount of damage on Tomato Farmer. Really going to make him think twice about if they find a Nautilus hook there to get a good engage. They actually have level 2 advantage here, and very nice. Yeah, here we see Super Scyther and Single Gazer fighting off quite a bit here. Super Scyther doing what he can. Of course, their Nectin has a lot of ability to turn around, keep himself nicely sustained. So I hope to see the camera in top lane a lot, honestly. I just want to see fighting. Oof. Comet coming through on the Camille too. He decided to go with the very harass heavy when he lands those tactical sweeps. If you're in chat and in the mood, you can type Team Renekton or Team Camille. For, when we see 50% of direct to camera moving to this top lane, who do you want to see win these fights? Okay. We're gonna see a little bit of fighting, and Single Gazer are gonna slide in here. Actually, we're gonna see Friction come in. Friction's on the Jack. Super Saiya's gotta do something here. He's gonna flash, goes to the flash hook shot, finds himself out of there. Very nicely done. We're gonna look for a little more as they come out. We're gonna go through here. Look for a little action in lane. Very nicely on the side, of course. Desolate has the ability to find these hooks. He had a little bit of vision in the hook there, but he doesn't really want to pull Smoothie because S-Commander has the ability. Wait a minute. No, I was so confused. Watching the skins, I have not actually seen the SSG skins of these two champions, and I actually thought it was Xayah in the bush. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a range auto attack coming from Rakan. Ernest said, we want to hear it. We're going to see the knockup come through. Actually, the first one's going to go to the side of S-Commander. Very nice quick pickup on the side of Furious Gents. We have got a quick little hook shot going to come through on the Super Scyther. Not going to slide back in. Actually, Single Gazer actually look for Shield's going to come on Super Scyther. Tactically is going to keep him healed up, actually, but he doesn't have the mana to follow through. And on that note, we're going to take a small break as we fix the technical issue on our side. We'll be right back with you guys. And we see a knockout coming through on Smoothie's side. We're gonna get Friction come back from behind. Can they get the kill on Tomato Farmer? They find the kill. Smoothie takes the kill on the Recon. They're gonna turn in Friction to find the kill. And we're gonna go through Smoothie's. You'll find they've missed the hook narrowly. Friction next with tower shots. Smoothie not gonna turn and he finds the fight. However, now that we've got a moment to breathe, for those of you just rejoining us after that short moment, we're gonna see a little more action coming through on Cinco Gazer. He's level 6, Super Saiyan is level 5. Gotta watch out here. We had a bit of a spectator. Oh, the flash! Gonna come through. He's gonna get dodged out of the rage cage. But we're going to see. We had a little bit of a stream issue that came up with the other caster, so we had to move ourselves a little bit further into the game. About a minute, 10 seconds ahead. Not too much action missing. I believe it was a single kill coming through on the other side of the team. However, we are caught up now, and we're gonna see a little more go through. So we're sitting at about relatively even in gold. So Furious Gentz doing a nice job after finding that first blood, putting a lot of gold in S Commander's pockets. He's working into that early Storm Razor, I believe. But we're gonna go through, finding a little bit more on the side. We see relatively even farm on both sides of the mid lane. We see Single Gaze doing a nice job. Single Gazer found a solo kill on Super Scyther a little bit earlier into the lane. So he's got himself a nice little lead sitting here. Friction, of course, has the kill on the Jax. Fedicos has a assist on the Sejuani. So other than that, the nice little lead built up by S Commander in the top lane, or in the bot lane, is making up most of the gold consisting of both these sides.
Yeah, we do see quite a bit of a CS lead in top lane. Cinco Gazer has 67 CS to Super Slicer's 46. And in the mid lane, it's relatively even. In bot lane, Tomato Farmer was able to close out that gap that S Commander just had, so they're even in CS as well. And as far as vision goes, we do have a lot of vision control on the side of Furious Gentz in the bot side river around that Ocean Drake, so they might be looking to go for that.
Sejuani ultimate, the flash comes through on Sangos, he immediately flashes for the ultimate. Passive is going to eat up the Veigar cage, doesn't even get the drop a skill. It's Propheticos finds the kill onto him. Very nicely done, utilizing the Malzahar passive to dodge through the rage cage and not have to worry about the stun until he can drop the ultimate on him. Ooh, the hook's gonna come in on Desolate Earth. They find it, but he's gonna immediately play out of there. Of course, Rakan doesn't care, but the root's gonna come through on Desolate Earth. You gotta watch out here. There's so much damage coming from S Commander. Cinco Gazer finding a rough combo on a Super Scyther. Gets the shield up from his passive after Cinco Gazer has already done all the damage from his combo. You're gonna keep going with it.
Right, and we do see that Friction's kind of hanging around the mid lane, maybe looking for a gank on that Malzahar, but he's gonna back off, so he's gonna have to go and farm his jungle or maybe try to help out top side.
Looking for a little more here. We're seeing the side of Purple Cobra is definitely doing a nice job of making sure they keep the farm up. And ooh, we're gonna see the gank here. Super Scyther going for the stun after Propheticos, but he's gonna try to turn on Super Scyther. Has the ignite, tries to flash away. Super Scyther's gonna go away. He has the ignite ticking down. Action isn't gonna find the killer. Friction's gonna come on the side. No one's going to go down. Both top ends going extremely low here. The nice little sustain coming out of Single Gazer's Q, so he doesn't go down to Propheticos, and Super Scyther having to leave out of that fight. And of course, we talked about it. Propheticos not on the... Oh, we see the ultimate come down the drain, and he disappears before he can throw a skill. Incredibly done. At the same time, we're going to see more. Song's going to cleanse off the Veigar cage, but he's got 3 on top of him now. The ultimate's going to come up, but Friction's going to find the kill. And now they're looking for Propheticos. Propheticos actually going to knock out Friction in here. Friction's going to go for the jump and finds the immediate pickup. The W coming through and 2 kills coming really hot on Friction. On this Jax now 3-0-0. We're seeing a lot more from before, just built up a little differently. We're seeing the clean cuts come through. We got 3 on the top side from Purple Cobras. We also see the duo coming through, and the team, the tower's gonna go through onto Purple Cobras first, so they have those 3 in the top lane.
Yeah, and we do see that what Draven is lacking in the bot lane, Friction has definitely picked up in the jungle by helping out his mid and top laners. So even though Tomato Farmer has 3 deaths, Cinco Gazer, or not Cinco Gazer, sorry, Friction has 3 kills.
Gonna go. Ooh, we're gonna see Super Scyther dodges out the Veigar cage with the ultimate. Actually, very nicely done. Song is gonna go for the E. Finds that DOT kill. They're actually gonna lock up Friction here. Friction's gonna keep going, tries to find the Super Scyther, the central line that comes through, doesn't save Super Scyther, he goes down, tower shot, Malzari coming down, and Fredicos comes in, finds the kill. Back and forth action coming out for both these teams, but we're gonna see it actually come out in the favor of Furious Gentz. Ooh, single gazer coming through, he has the Malzari in him, Knowledge is gonna come through, Rakan's gonna try to come through and knock some people up, he's gonna get out of there. They're looking for Tomato Fighters, trying to find some damage, has that BF sword. Smoothie's bringing the heal to Songless. We have a little bit of action going on in the mid lane. We have the 3v2. Single Gazer trying to find some more. Single Gazer antsy on this Renekton pick. But at the same time, we're going to see that bot lane. We're going to see Escamander going to sit down there, get himself some solo tower gold. Friction trying to find a proper cage, not able to get it through. Smoothie's going to watch out. Smoothie goes for the ultimate! Finds it on the 2. Tries to flash out there. Escamander's on the side. The Veigar ultimate is not going to take him down. The Draven ultimate doesn't take him down. And Furious Gentz are actually finding what they want. Here comes Single Gazer. He's on the side here. Friction's trying to fight through 3. Feathers fly through 3. They get the 2-man stun. No snares are going to come through. He disappears. Single Gazer finds the kill. Actually, Single Gazer is going nuts in this Renekton pick. He is absolutely tearing through this battlefield. Friction not going down either. Tomato Fire is trying to find when he can take down Smoothie, but he's not able to get him out. Doesn't have the speed. Oh my lord. Incredible play by C9 Smoothie, but they were not able to turn around enough damage. And Single Gazer running into the back of that fight and just saying, hey, I am a very large alligator, I have a finished Black Cleaver, and I'm going to rip through the rest of your team.
There was a lot of damage coming out from Single Gazer that fight, and he was able to clean up a lot of kills there. I believe he got, what, 2? And almost a 3rd one?
Yeah, he almost picked up a triple kill immediately.
Yeah, so I do know that Purple Cobras really likes Single Gazer on that Renekton just so he can put in a lot of pressure in lanes, and then also he has a lot of damage for team fights as well, as Single Gazer does try to go attack damage rather than tank on Renekton.
Yeah, I would say he's definitely been known to play the much more aggressive Renekton. Definitely finding a lot of those E's to immediately start a fight, going for a lot of that early damage to really get as much value as he can of the early mid power spike on that Renekton. Just start fights, rip through people, have that AoE damage, get through, and really gets his job done. Really shows why the Renekton pick is a really terrifying thing to let him have. And Friction, of course, they glued himself to that Jax pick. They first picked it in the very first game, and I believe they took it in the first rotation for the second game too. So definitely showing that their 2 picks, these 2 are very, very comfortable on. Of course, it's not to say Furious Gentz hasn't had their moments. They're keeping even in kills and in towers right now, so all things said, they're still very even in this game. A lot of gold is distributed onto the side of Friction and Single Gazer, but just as much is on the side of S-Commander, and he's getting very strong in the Zai. He has a Storm Razor, he has a tier 2 boost, and he's working into his next item. And it's to be said that Smoothie is doing a very nice job of finding these Rakan engages, doing a very nice job of finding the proper fights for him to get a fight started, get himself slipping out. He has that easy go-to to E out to the Zaya. So it's very nicely put that he is able to really make proper fights happen on his side.
Right, and we do see that maybe there's going to be a fight here top lane. Both junglers are up top side, and you know, we have both bot lanes up there as well. So they could easily contest this tower.
We're going to see the Feather Slide from Zaya. They're going to come out here looking for more 3v3. They're trying to find the S-Commander is going to get burned down. Trying to find what he can do. He's going to get ignited. He has to get out of there. Another auto hack. Take him out. He has to watch for Friction. Friction's watching him. He's going to find the kill on the S-Commander. They're looking for more. Friction is burning down this Jax. The Red West's going to come down. Nakan tries to get out. One more jump. Jax should do it. Goes down. Actually, no, he goes through. Gets the heal. The hook misses from Desolate Earth. They're actually going to take down the kill. Songless is here. He has the ultimate, goes down, takes down Draven. Nihilus not able to take the solo damage. They turn this around, and 3 kills going, the double kill going on the Songless. They actually turn this around into 3 for 1. C9 Smoothie barely escaping with his life. Absolutely beautiful. Coming through on the side of Furious Gentz.
Yeah, that was a very good rotation on the side of Furious Gentz there, having Songless come top lane. Meanwhile, Frisian is still in the mid lane. Like, it looks like he's farming, maybe trying to get some damage off of him at tier 1. I don't think that was the best call, and it does look like we're going into a pause here. Prophet Yeah, Prophet just disconnected, so
Yeah, so the jungler's PC died. Unfortunate. So we're gonna see a restart here. So I guess we have a little bit of time to take a pause of the game. And interesting, we see the state of affairs. I'm gonna tap this X, see this gold here. Give me 1 second. We see the junglers, a little bit more on the side of Friction. He's sitting up at a 600 lead. A lot of it is on the side of Cinco Gazer. He's sitting at about a 2,200 gold lead, carrying the majority of the lining in his pockets. As we see, Tomato Farmer's a little bit behind S Commander, who's sitting at about 6k to Tomato Farmer's 46 on this Draven. Hasn't found a kill, hasn't found any of his adoration stacks to be able to cash in. So most of the advantages we talked about is in the side of, really it's the top and jungle of Purple Cobras that has the gold advantage, and then the mid and bot lane on the side of Furious Gentz. And a lot of these plays have come through. We've seen a lot of these clutch ultimates coming out of Songless's Malzahar, as well as Cena and Smoothie finding a lot of good plays off of these Rakan ultimates. So it's very interesting to see the fights. They're starting to go in, I believe, in Furious Gentz's favor. And the problem is it's leaning so heavily on Cinco Gazer to be able to start fights for the side of Purple Cobras. If he's able to find these Renekton stuns, to find these sort of cleaves and this AoE damage between the Tiamat and the Renekton Q. And if he's not able to get that off at the start of these fights, then it's a lot harder for the Purple Cobras in general to really make use of these Veigar cages, these Nautilus finds, because they're making picks on the champions that are able to sort of turn the fight around. They have the Malzahar AoE, they have the Sejuani stuns, the Camille lockdown of the ultimate, and then of course Xayah's so hard to pick down with her ultimate, able to get her out of fights, that it's hard for sort of the single Jackson gauge, really Friction, to try to find a single person to jump on and say, I want to start a fight. It's not really able to happen for him. So it's a lot harder, I think, for Purple Cobras to find a fight without Cinco Gazer being there.
yeah, and again, that was a pause on the side of Furious Gentz. We're back in the game now. And as you said, Purple Cobras does rely heavily on Cinco Gazer's Renekton. When they run this comp, typically they have Cinco Gazer's split push, and he has that kind of damage that we just saw there.
Cinco Gazer has a disappearing act in his pocket to absolutely remove Super Scyther from the map. Ooh, C9 Smoothie gonna get hooked out of there. He's trying to find it. Is he gonna live again? No, the Draven ultimate finds him. No. Ooh, man. Cinco Gazer is putting in work here.
Yeah,
doing that solid 9-5.
Cinco Gazer is just at that point where it's very hard to send one person to contest him. And so he's able to freely split push without having to worry about that Camille coming in and killing him. So unless they send, the Sejuani down bot lane with the Camille, then that's easy towers for Renekton on the side of Purple Cobras.
Yes, so they definitely have to send a force down to deal with him, because most CS and the most gold is sitting in the pocket of Cinco Gazer as he moves himself up to 8k gold. Next highest in the game is actually 6,600 on S Commander. And I don't think S Commander wants to look at Cinco Gazer anytime soon. We're going to see the Sejuani ultimate coming into the mid lane on Defrision, but I don't think they're going to make a play off of that. Cinco Gazer looking again. Just kind of doing a little bit of chip damage with that QT man on a Super Scyther. But he's able to heal himself up with the tactical sweep, but at the same time we're going to see Furious Gentz are actually going to take the mid lane tower here. So they're, despite the efforts of Cinco Gazer, they're still putting on a lot of ability to take these objectives and really make things happen for them. So it's a lot of holes in the wall for the Purple Cobras to patch up.
And we did see some pings coming out from Furious Gentz towards the bot lane, so they might be sending maybe the Sejuani down there soon just to help out Super Scyther.
Yeah, so just a lot of dancing here in the lanes as we see people moving back and forth. Ooh, now we might look for a little more. Definitely want to see a little more out of this side. The Veigar cage is going to pop the Malzahar passive here. Friction kind of looking threatening. That's the problem here. That's what you're seeing. You saw a lot of that in game one on the side of Furious Gentz. You had these melee champions who have the ability to get close to somebody and really cause a lot of damage, like the Echo, but there was no real coherent here and engage on the team. Really, they're looking to find a Nihilus hook here, or just have Singo. You see Camille lock up the Renekton. He's gonna go over the wall, can't join the fight. He goes down actually to the Malzahar ultimate as they try to lock up on the side. Propheticos gonna disappear from this fight. At the same time, very nice Camille ultimate from Superside that will lock down Singo Gazer. They're really not able to. You saw him eat through the wall and tried to get a fight started and cause some chaos, but he locked into that Camille ultimate for the duration as long as Camille stays near you. So it wasn't able to get him out, and then he went out of the Malzahar ultimate and a little more damage coming out from the rest of the team. It's a very nice job of literally keeping him caged up. And they're going to find a dragon on the back end of that, so Purple Cobra's doing a nice job of, even though they weren't able to keep Renekton in the center of that fight, they were still able to take the objective. So they're doing a nice job of making sure they don't fall too far behind in objectives as the Gold League gets evened out here.
And we do see that Baron's coming up here shortly. It's got about 10 seconds on that. Right now, Purple Cobras does have vision control there. They do have a pink ward, both in the pit and around it. So unless, well, if Purple Cobras happens to win a fight, they might try to get that as their next objective. Especially if Furious Gentz doesn't check it and see that they do have that vision control and take that control out.
Yeah, we're seeing a little more from here. We're gonna take the buff slot around. We're gonna look towards. I don't know if they're gonna. No, I don't want to look for the Baron this early, but it's rough footing because you're so even here, and you see sort of the conditions for both of these teams to start a fight. And if we don't see Singo Gazer, of course, going for the split, he doesn't have the teleport available, so he's not really able to get to these fights. So he's sort of committed to this split pushing Renekton. And it's going to take him a long time to get to these fights to really assist his team. So if he's not committed to being there at the very start, then it's going to be rough. They don't really have a great 4v4. Of course, you have the Jax now. Jax has the Quicksilver Sash.
And we do see that Cinco's trying to push this tier 2 in top lane. He can easily 1v1 the Camille. We've seen it happen quite a couple of times now. If Camille oversteps, or if Cinco Gazer decides to tower dive, then that's an easy tower on the side of Purple Cobra's top lane. But it looks like Sejuani wants to rotate there and try to help Super Scyther out a little bit.
You know, so you see the Rift Tower getting dropped mid. Super Scyther goes for the ultimate. They're going to try to 2v1 on the Singo Gazer, and I think they're going to get a success. He's going to flash over the wall. Scyther flashes over him. I don't know if this is 1v1 who wants to happen. Singo Gazer waiting on cooldowns. Actually gets it. Oh my lord, he tears through him. I would say the last thing I think he wants to do is actually get into a 1v1 with Singo Gazer and so much damage, but I think Propheticos can do it, but actually his team's coming. Oh, they hook the Rakan out of the ultimate, but the Ignite's going to come through. They're going to find the killer. Smoothie trying to jump out. Veigar does not follow through. Fight's coming out like crazy here. We just see a little more. Smoothie on the side gets the knockup onto the 2. Friction's going to take him down. Desolate Earth not getting taken down in the same right, and bodies are dropping on the side of Furious Gentz. They have to watch out here. Friction has so much GOT on him. Goes to the ultimate. He swings it. He cleanses through. Finds 2 kills. Absolutely brutal, and everyone on the side of Furious Gentz is going to get wiped out here in an ace. And we're going to
see that Tomato Farmers went ahead and pushing that lane out, while Friction are in the top lane getting that tier 2 tower and maybe even the inhibitor turret.
Looking a little further ahead. Definitely looking to undo a lot of the damage that's got done to their base.
Yeah, I think that at this point it's just whoever wins the team fights. And right now, if they don't deal with the Cinco Gazer, then that's a lot of damage put onto the side of Furious Gentz. And if they do deal with the Cinco Gazer, then they also have the Draven and the Veigar with the burst damage that they have to deal with as well.
They're gonna see the hook there. The ultimate's gonna come out. Nako's gonna come in smoothie, but he's gonna be able to get himself out there. Gonna try to find some more. Friction's gonna find the stun. Friction finds the stun on 2. Song's gonna disappear as Friction finds the kill off the Veigar ultimate. Single Gaze looking for a little more of the E coming through. The Smoothie finding a beautiful 3-man knockup. The Sedge wanting ultimate fighting afterwards. They don't have the damage to follow, but Friction's running through on this Jax. Finds a QSS. Actually, S-Commander! S-Commander is coming through on the Xayah. Look at that damage coming through. The Storm Rays are coming through. He finds himself another kill. Where he's locked in the cage. He gets stunned up. Single Gazer is walking towards him and he finds Desolator, then he pops. Unfortunate. S-Commander not too happy. The ping's coming down on the Veigar cage as he found that stun that he did not like there. But we're
We
gonna
do
see
see
it come
another
through.
pause. Looks like this is another pause on the side of Furious Gentz.
Came up from Gentz.
Hmm.
Now we're gonna see a little more action coming through. I think he is gonna try to beat down this turret a little bit. He's got a pretty fresh minion wave, but Song is of course gonna be there to stop him. And we just see a lot got bust open on the side of Purple Cobras. They have the 5-3 tower advantage off of that. They haven't looked at the Baron here. They're gonna take the 5-kill lead. Sort of run with it. They've extended the gold lead very quickly to about a 4K. I'm gonna look for a little more moves here. Smoothie finding the Smoothie taking the blue buff. Cheeky little move. Another pause gonna come out from Furious Gentz.
Okay. Yes. S-Commander was asking
Maybe S-Commander
before,
said he had a
yeah,
bug.
the pause before this one, S-Commander had a bug. And now they're pausing because someone's at a player's door, I'm assuming with food that they ordered.
Most likely. I think the bug that S-Commander ran into is he ran into Veigar cage when it was definitely still there, and he thought it wasn't still there. I don't think that's a bug, but we're gonna keep going through with it. That being said, he did a nice little job of putting some money in his pocket. The QSS and the Quicksilver Sash on his side, as well as the Runon's Hurricane now. Put a lot of damage on his side. He's working into, I believe, to finish the Mercurial Scimitar. S-Commander's turn on the side of Tomato Farmers, looking to find a lot of damage here. The Sejuani Sun's coming up, and there's really nothing Tomato Farmer can do as he finds it. But at the same time, we're going to find the 3-man on top of Smoothie. Smoothie's not able to get out of that as well. As we're going to see the Malzahar, the Veigar ultimate come through. Just Nick's super side, disappeared. All these ultimates coming out on the side of Single Gazer. But he's doing what he can to find the damage. The Veigar cage comes through, doesn't find anybody with the Jax 2-man stun. S-Commander QSS's it up, tries his best to kite through. Not able to do it. They finally kill onto S-Commander. Songless now, as he's getting walked on by Single Gazer, Friction doesn't find him. He tries to do what he can, finds the Ignite, but it's not enough damage. The Triumph heals him up. Purple Cobras are just finding damage after damage. Oh no. Hooks didn't come through, this Veigar occasion going through, then here comes the WQ. And Repheticos is kind of stuck there. Veigar turns her into 5 AP. And that is another ace going to come through for Purple Cobras.
It looks like they might try to pick up maybe this Mountain Drake. Nope. They're gonna try to push out this wave mid lane.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to push out the victories, maybe move up towards Baron as they shove in the waves.
Yeah, looks like they won that Baron instead. Okay.
Yeah, they definitely have the damage. Between the Jax and the Draven, they definitely have the damage to take this Baron out very quickly. Jax's ability to sort of, ooh, Smoothie! You don't have Smite, friend. You're gonna disappear. He dies in lovely fashion. They hook the crab, kill the crab. They're gonna go a little bit through. Sida's gonna have to head out of there. Oof. Friction on this Jax is really something to watch. Just as much as Sinker Gazer on this Renekton. We're gonna see a little more. Hook's gonna come in on the S-Commander, actually. Friction finds a 3-man stun as the Malzahar ultimate comes through. He gets knocked up. Disappears to the Veigar ultimate, and Purple Cobras is gonna run through here. Single Gazer on the side, flashes and finds S-Commander before he can react. Dies off the side, and they're gonna, Purple Cobra is gonna run the base, and I believe they're gonna end the game here.
And I think that
And everything which Seer Friction's going for another stun. They're going to try to buff their KD a little bit further, going to get pulled back in there. 5 moves going to disappear. And Purple Cobras, as we find the end of this game too, is going to look forward. They take the final tower. They're going to take the Nexus. And we're going to see the end of this in a 2-0 for the Purple Cobras. Eventually. And there it is.
they just wanted to make their KDAs look a little bit better there on the side of Purple Cobras.
That's fair. I would say that the duo earned it, the top jungle. Definitely Friction putting in a lot of work on this Jax. So, if we look across both games, think about it. We watch the Purple Cobras take on this Furious Gentz team. What would we want to say the sort of MVP pick for this game? Because I know what I'm thinking, but I want to hear your thoughts. You got some ties to this team, so let's hear what you got going on.
Yeah, I would say for that one, I saw that Friction was working really well with his teammates the entire game, and Cinco Gazer was also pulling his weight in the top lane and doing his job as to split pushing the turrets as Renekton. But we also did see a lot of really good hooks from Desolate Earth and a lot of good brand combos in the first game, so it's kind of a tough call for me between those three. I think they all did very well, but I'm like leaning towards Friction just a little bit because you know, he had some participation in every lane as a jungler. So
yeah, I was gonna say I would have said the same thing. Friction was definitely my pick. Definitely he took that Jax as early as he could in both of those games. Really wanted to make sure that he struck a chord on that pick of his and made himself known in every single lane. I don't think there was a lane he didn't visit in either game to really get things moving on his end. And I definitely agree that Cinco Gazer had incredible performances in both games. Definitely flexed his Renekton pick that he's wanted and been known for so long, and had a great performance on the Scion as well. Desolate Earth did an incredible job of controlling the pace of the lane, especially in game one, finding kills of his own on the brand pick as well as the, but I'm definitely gonna give it to Friction here, I would say, for the mobility through the jungle and keeping himself ahead of Propheticos, even when he was able to find sort of the 2v1 kills with Songless in the mid lane. Friction did a nice job of keeping the echo from Songless from really able to do anything. So incredible. I have just been given completely new information that we will not be doing an interview with Friction because Friction does not wish to speak. That's fine. Never mind.
I got him.
Yeah, what's going on? We are here now with Friction, the jungler for Purple Cobras. So, how excited were you to be able to play that Jax? It was so interesting to see that the very first draft you guys made, you took that Jax. Was that just a get me Jax?
I was actually really surprised that they didn't ban Jax. Like, out of all the champions, I would say Jax is like my top champion. And like, you could see it on my op.gg. I really enjoy playing Jax. He can do a lot of things early, late game, mid.
Yeah, I was gonna say the opening game, first game that they banned out a lot of the target ban champs. They took the Ahri, the Renekton, and I think the one other champion I don't remember. But it was just it was a very quick. I noted how quickly you made the pick. Like I don't even think 3 seconds went by, and I just imagined the comms were just, "Hey, Jax is open, get me Jax," and it just happened.
Yeah, Jax is a really safe pick, in my opinion. Not many champions would counter him in the jungle, especially early game with that counter strike.
So did you spend a lot of time in the first game was spent in the mid lane? Were you looking to sort of get, I want to say I remember what Friction was playing, but I'd be lying if I did. But I've talked about it a lot of these sort of mid jungle synergies, and of course everyone would point to your names being relatively the same. Is it sort of a mutual thing you do where you just you pay a lot of attention to that mid lane, you try to get he was on Orianna the first game. You try to get him moving on and moving really fast in this sort of mid jungle you say you have a good coherency with him built up, where the two of you just sort of work together really well?
Yeah, we've met up in solo queue, and it's just like we have the same name, pretty much the same name. So he's just like, "Yo, you should join our team." And I'm like, "All right, I'll join your team." Yeah. For the first game, because the Echo blew a flash early, I was just need to punish something. So he's pushing up, so gank that lane, get a free kill.
So it definitely worked out for them. And game 2, you were really all over the map on the Jax. You definitely put a lot of nice plays at the top lane. Single Gazer was doing a pretty nice job of his own on the Renekton to handle that Camille, and you definitely did what you could for the bot lane as they were making things happen. But it was definitely nice to see the moving around the Jax. You saw a lot of that first game on that Olaf. He was definitely counter jungling you a bit while you were making moves on the map. You were trying to find the ganks in mid lane. And was it? I don't imagine it was very hard to try to like catch up and know that he's taking my cans, taking my farm, jungling me while I'm making plays for the lanes and sort of knowing that I'm going to outscale them. Is that sort of the goal when you play Jax? You're not really looking to make sort of the super early plays because you know that no matter what, you're going to be able to scale up with the rest of your team.
Honestly, I'm a farming jungler. I usually don't gank early. My friends always tell me it's just like, you need to gank early. You need to do like stuff early because with Jax, with the stun, you have so much pressure. Getting red, you slow down the enemy laner and just basically get free sums or kills. So I'm learning to play more aggressive early.
I gotcha. That's good. Definitely a team that, especially with this return of Single Gazer, playing a lot of these early sort of bully champions, it plays a lot to the strengths of your team to go for these sort of very early aggression. So that being said, you have 2 more games this week. I know you have the rematch with Schism coming up, and another team that I feel awful right now for not remembering. But I know it's
ELG.
Hey, it's Alien Gaming. Alien Gaming's been reborn too, and it's an interesting thing to work against them. So are these 2 matches you're looking forward to?
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to finishing off the series. Looking good, but yeah.
That's fair. I was say, are you looking forward to it? Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I got you. But I think that's all I got, unless you have anything, Quasars.
No, I'm pretty good. You covered everything.
Alrighty. We're looking forward to seeing you. I believe Purple Cobra's Schism is tomorrow?
We have tomorrow at 8 p.m. It's Purple Cobras versus Schism, and then Sunday at 8 we play ELG.
I should know that because I'll be casting. But yeah, that's happening tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So look forward to that. Thanks for joining us, Friction.
Thank you.
And I believe that's all we've got. Alright, that is all for tonight. We will see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock with Schism and Purple Cobras. And joining you tonight, I'm Skyson.
And I'm Quasars, your favorite caster.
And that being said, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good night.